Namaskaram. So let's start a new series called Beautiful Tales from Indian Culture, Spirituality, Philosophy and Religion. So in this series I am trying to tell you a story about Indian culture, Indian mythology, Indian literature, and in this we discuss or understand importance lesson of life through stories, through literature. So the first story, or you can say the first episode of this series is Aarti and Toran. First question: in our country, why do people decorate their doors so much? In this, our country means I am talking about India, Bharat. So the answer is a door is significant because it separates the outer world from the home. Is a door the outside of the inside or the inside of the outside? There is more control inside the house. A door marks the entry into personal space. This is where the Shubh means holy and Ashubh means unholy meet. The negative energy outside should not get in and the positive energy inside should not escape. All these are associated with a door. Next question: what the significance of a Toran on the door? The word Toran is ancient and it means gateway. In olden times, every village had a stone Toran or gateway and wooden ones before that. The Sanchi Stupa has 2 vertical and 3 horizontal bamboo-like structures. Earlier, they used to make doorways with timber. In Vedic times, cowherds would sit on the horizontal bars to supervise, or you can say keep count of the cows that went into the field to graze and returned in the evening, that means in Godhili Bela. That's where the idea of Toran started. Soon they started making it using stone. Around Vijayanagara and at Kakatiya in Andhra Pradesh, there are very intricate ancient stone torans. Even now temples make elaborate torans and they are beautifully designed. The doors of people house used to be small and yet had beautiful carved wooden frames. Above these would be flowers, leaves, grains as Shubh Chinna, signs of auspiciousness. The doors were decorated particularly during important events like harvest. Next question: so the decorated door is called Toran, not just the garland that's hung on top? Yes, in architecture, the intricately carved top of the doorway is Toran, but these days the flowers or other decoration we use is called Toran. Next question: what kind of flowers and leaves are used in the Toran? Answer: during festivals, flowers and leaves are used. Usually it is mango leaves, and these days the leaves of the Asoka tree are used too. Asoka means Asoka, remover of unhappiness. Mango leaves suggest the beginning of summer, which is quite a bad time, except for mangoes, which represent sweetness. We want to bring sweetness into the house. The flowers are usually marigold. These are special because each leaf has a seed. So even if you were to plant a single leaf, it would grow into a plant. So it represents fertility. Green and yellow or orange indicate Shubh things and our desire for them to come into our house. You see these colors in our flag too. That means in Indian flag. In farming community, they would also tie grains stalks to the Toran. This was mainly during Diwali to indicate that it is the harvest season and that the crop has been good and Lakshmi has entered the house. In dry areas like Rajasthan and Gujarat, where there weren't too many flowers and leaves, women would make beautiful designs with different materials like beads. These symbolized leaves, flowers, grains, peacock, feathers, all symbols of prosperity, happiness. In fact, if a door didn't have Toran, people knew that something bad had happened in the house. When there was a death in the house, Toran was not put up for 13 days until the death rituals were over. Next question. People also use lemon and chili sometimes. What's the significance? Answer. This is especially popular in Mumbai. Lemon is sour and chili is fiery. This is for Alakshmi, the sister of Lakshmi. Alakshmi is negative and Ashuv, while her sister is positive and Shubh. So the belief is to keep Alakshmi happy, put outside the house. So belief is to keep Alakshmi happy but outside the house. Her offering, that is lemon and chili, is kept at the door itself so that she doesn't enter, while Lakshmi's offering is kept inside. Next question. What's the significance of Rangoli? Answer is, in ancient Tamil literature, the home was considered a temple and the pujari, priest of the house, is the woman of the house. Just as she did her own Sringara makeup, she also decorated the house, and just as we bath, the house too would be bathed. The floor was sprinkled with water to prevent dust rising, smeared with cow dung because it's antiseptic, and then Rangoli or column was drawn using rice powder. It would serve as a food for ants, and the diagram was considered Shubh and was a yantra. Yantra means an instrument representing divine energy or power. Good diagrams would be radically symmetrical, again for positive energy to enter the house. It's like a magnet that attracts positive energy. Lakshmi would see it and enter the house. The level of complexity of the Rangoli represented how much attention the woman of the house had given to it. It showed how particular she was about the house. An elaborate Rangoli meant the woman was well and happy, and the house prosperous. If she was in a bad mood, she had have made something simple. If angry, she wouldn't have bothered making it at all. It was also a sort of indication for wandering bhikshus, that means mendicants, whether to approach a house or not. North India has more colored rangolis, while the south has only white ones, drawn with dry rice powder or wet rice dough. It's highly skilled work. Next question. You talked about the importance of doors. In Puranic stories, are Dwarpalas also mentioned? Answer. Jaya and Vijaya are famous Dwarpalas or gatekeepers of Vaikuntha. In the Tirupati temple, there are big idols of Jaya and Vijaya looking exactly like Vishnu but with teeth. Dwarpalas are supposed to be frightening. Just as if you go to meet a king or in today's times an important personality, they will have a security guard or secretary whom you have to cajole and convince. If they are in a bad mood, they won't let you in. In Shakt temples, the Dwarpalas are Langur Devata and Bhairava Devata. Bhairava Devata looks like a child but has a human head in his hand and is frightening. It is as though to dissuade people from entering or to come only with respect. In Shiva temples, there is Nandi and sometimes one of his followers Bhringi as well. Bhringi's body has no flesh. It is made up of bones, so he has 3 legs to balance himself. At Ujjain, Mahakaleshwar has a Mahavan, or you can say great forest. At the entrance are 2 goddesses, Mahalya and Mahamaya, as guards. In temples, Dwarpalas are also offered food or bhoga. Aarti is done for them. They are valued because they guard the door. When forts were built, there would also be a gatehouse where the gatekeeper would stay, as his was an important position. Earlier, an image of Hanuman was kept at doorways, but nowadays the image of Ganesha is kept. There is a famous story when Parvati asked Ganesha to guard her door while she baths. When Shiva arrives, Ganesha does not let him enter and erased. Shiva cut off his head and so on. Later he was made the god of the doorway. So Ganesha is both Vignakarta and Vignaharta, the creator and the remover of obstacles. Next question. In South India, particularly in villages, they also hang a pumpkin at the door. What's the significance? In many places, they also add eyes, mustache and a tongue. These are also seen in temples. It is called Kriti Mukha, the face of glory. It was believed that kings hung the heads of their enemies on their doors after winning a war, as if to say, "Do not enter, this is my kingdom." Slowly, as people must have found it distasteful, they started putting up pumpkins basically to keep the negative energies out. A stone head can often be seen on temple doors. With his large eyes, he is looking at the devotees to suggest that even though they may be praying, he can see inside them and know if any deceit prevails. He cannot speak because he does not have a lower jaw, but he sticks his tongue out, has large pointed teeth and mocks you. This is also suggested through the pumpkins at the door. They are making fun of the negative energies that are trying to come inside. It's basically an image of a guard or gatekeeper. Next question. There is a custom of doing Aarti when we are going somewhere or if visitors are at the door. Why is that? Answer. We believe a lot in Suddhi, or you can say purity, and Asuddhi, or you can say pollution. When you are coming in from outside, you are bringing Asuddhi or negative energy. Even now, we leave our footwear at the door and wash our hands, feet and mouth. Basically, you purify yourself, do Suddhikaran before entering. Outside temples as well, there is a water tap for devotees to wash their feet. Aarti is one ritual of purification. Fire is supposed to destroy negative energy and only let positive energies remain. When you are leaving the house too, Aarti is done to send positive energy with you. So a merchant may be going to the bazaar to trade. Soldiers may be going to a battle or to hunt. They need positive divine energy with them for support, and they shouldn't bring back negative energy of death and destruction or ghosts or wandering souls into the house. There is a story about Bhanumati, Duryodhana's wife, who tries to stop him and Karna from going to battle with the Pandavas at Kurukshetra. But Duryodhana and Karna convince her that that's the only way they can assert their superiority and gain their rights. So she does a puja and does their Aarti and wishes them success in the battlefield. What else can a wife do? She is unable to stop them, so she gives them positive energy and her good wishes through the Aarti ritual. Next question. In temples too, there is an Aarti done for the gods. Is this the same thing? Answer. Not really. Although some believe that they are removing the evil eye for the god, as devotees are visiting him every day. That by doing the Aarti, they will replenish God's energy, which the devotees take away from him. In many temples, particularly Vaishnava ones, there is also a custom of not showing the god's image much. A system of jhanki is followed in North India, where the doors open only for a short while for the devotees to take darshan. Next question. When a bride enters her new home, there is a ritual of her knocking over a kalash or pot of rice at the door with her foot. What does this signify? Answer. The bride is considered the Lakshmi of the house. The wish is that a Lakshmi brings wealth and prosperity into the house. This is represented with the ritual when she overturns the rice jar inside the house. She brings wealth and prosperity with her. The idea is to let good fortune come inside with the daughter-in-law. And at the time of leaving her maiden home, the Doli palanquin ceremony, she throws the rice back into the house to suggest that she is released from the debt she owes her parents. As she is a roop of Lakshmi, she always gives rise or wealth, whether entering or departing. So, this is all about this episode. So, I hope you enjoy it, you love it. Namaskaram. Thank you.